Hi everyone. Today we're going to talk about themes in literature and how do we find or pull out the theme in a literary work. So first off, what is theme? As a literary device, theme refers to the central, deeper meaning of a written work. Writers typically will convey the theme of their work and allow the reader to perceive and interpret it, rather than overtly or directly state the theme. So, one of the things that we can think back to are children's stories and fairy tales and fables. They all have this theme or this moral, and they're teaching children don't lie or don't slack off. You need to work hard. But they're not saying those words. Instead, they're showing the big bad wolf blowing down two of the three little pigs' house because they didn't spend enough time putting hard work and energy into making a strong house. Instead, they wanted to goof off and play. So you're teaching a child a lesson without explicitly saying, make sure you work hard or you're going to lose your house. That's what a theme does in our literature that we read and we look at and we analyze. We just have to figure out what it is. So what we'll do today is we'll pull theme out of a couple different things and talk about what the theme is. Romeo and Juliet. If you're familiar with the play, then you realize the theme has to do with love. That's what the focus of the play is about. It has to do with fighting and families not getting along. But one theme we can pull out is the power of romantic love and its potential devastating effects. And we see this through this quote from the play that talks about Juliet's such intense, strong desire for Romeo. Come, gentle night, come, loving black-browed night. Give me my Romeo, and when I shall die, take him and cut him out in little stars, and he will make the face of heaven so fine that all the world will be in love with night because he's there. And he's just so wonderful to her. So again, it's such an intense, strong love, but because of their families, giving 100% into that love had devastating effects. Often in literature, the most common themes are love, revenge, courage and perseverance, quest, the individual versus society, faith versus doubt, coming of age, and gender roles. There's many, many more. A theme can tie into anything. These are just some of the most common ones we'll say. All right, let's play Guess the Theme. If we look at Peter Pan, which most people are familiar with, we're going to see a theme of outgrowing childhood, never wanting to grow up. If we look at Milan, there's multiple themes. We could talk about duty. We could talk about family. We could say girls can fight as good as boys. Cinderella, that's going to tie into kindness and inner beauty being rewarded. Pinocchio, dishonesty leads to trouble. And then Aladdin's going to be, it's best to be who you are. Let's look at theme in poetry. This is a dream deferred. What happens to a dream deferred? Does it dry up like a raisin in the sun? Or fester like a sore and then run? Does it stink like rotten meat? Or crust and sugar over like a syrupy sweet? Maybe it just sags like a heavy load. Or does it explode? So here we have Langston Hughes looking at this dream deferred, and what happens? Does it become good, bad, angry, positive? What might be the theme to something like that? Overall, we see this universal hope in dreams. Dreams lead to success. If you don't have dreams, you won't have hope. In his specific dream, we're seeing consequences of racism as well. So we have those emotions in the dreams and what happens to them. here's a short story called The Yellow Wallpaper. And to sum it up briefly, a wife who has recently had a child is kept in a room to cure her of her mental difficulties. That room has yellow wallpaper. Psychologically, the color yellow leads to depression and mental instability. But she's locked in it, and we see part of what she says. My brother is also a physician and also of high standing, and he says the same thing. So I take the phosphates or the phosphites, whatever it is, and tonics and journeys and air and exercise, and I'm absolutely forbidden to work until I am well again. Personally, I disagree with their ideas. Personally, I believe that congenial work with excitement and change would do me good. So she does what they say, but she doesn't agree with it. However, in the short story, we get a theme of rebellion and feminism in a time period where males were leading and ruling. And this empowers the reader because the narrator embraces the trapped woman she's become and ultimately overcomes it. So we find themes in short stories as well. That's the end of our section on themes. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.